Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another stream of UTK eSports. Tonight's game is the first of the regular season for our second team, the UTK White team, and their opponent tonight is Southern Illinois University Black. This is the first game of the regular season for UTK White. They did place in Division 4 of NECC after their placement games along with SIUC. And we're looking forward to a good match between these two teams. We are going to have another introduction for the UTK White team since this is their first game of the season. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the roster for SIUC. So, entire roster for Southern Illinois is Moo, Faded Circle, Ranchy, Vero, Lil Newport 05, Stinky Slinky, Lee Aquarius, Flummox, and their coach is Shy Pyro. And your 2026 spring roster for UTK White is Lizard Jesus, Beckjag, Legion, Seb is Crazy, and SKL. And their coach is Ninon. Now, getting into the next bit here, let's have a look at these players for you all to get a better idea of who we have on our teams. Starting off with Lizard Jesus, who is a sophomore majoring in sociology and public affairs. Her favorite hobby is fencing, and this is her 4th semester on a team, and she has a pet cat at home named Callie. Beckjag is a freshman with an undecided major whose favorite game is Overwatch. This is his 2nd semester on a team, and he has a pet cat named Olive. Legion is the captain of UTK White. He is a sophomore majoring in aerospace engineering whose favorite games are anything by From Software and the Dark Souls franchise, specifically Sekiro. He does recommend that you play that game. This is his 3rd semester on the team, and he has 2 dogs back at home named Marble and Moose. Seb is Crazy is a freshman majoring in biology whose favorite hobby is skateboarding. This is his 2nd semester on a team here, and he has a pet cat at home named Hilo. SKL is a sophomore this year majoring in supply chain management whose favorite game is Risk of Rain 2. And this is his 2nd semester on a team, and he has a dog at home waiting named Ace. With that, we're going to go ahead and pause briefly while we load into our first map of the season for White, and that is going to start off with Control. So hold real quick while we get into that. All right, everybody, thank you for that short pause here as we load into our first map of tonight, which is going to be Lijiang Tower Gardens. For those of you who do not know Overwatch very well, this first game mode is called Control. How it works is King of the Hill style game mode, where both teams are going to fight for control of a central objective, and whoever gets 100% control wins the round. First to win 2 rounds wins this game. This is a best of 5 series, so that is first to 3 wins the series and goes 1-0 in the start of the season. Bans for both sides were Kiriko for the side of SIUC and Vendetta on the side of UTK, who I actually do not have an image of, so we're just going to keep that in mind. Comps for both sides look pretty brawly. More dive on the side of UTK, but it's both teams going fast on bridges. Lizard Jesus on the ball, already taking quite a bit of damage. We're going to see a little bit of this POV here. An excellent ball player is Lizard Jesus. And it's Ranchi with the first kill of the game, getting the boop off the map onto Seb. Good stick there by Varel, forcing a recall. Ranchi checking Lizard Jesus, forced to use the adaptive shields, and it is SIUC taking the first bit of percentage. And it's Ranchi falling thanks to a good slam from Lizard Jesus. Beckjag on the Tracer. He's looking to collapse on the rest of Southern Illinois. It's Moo going in, shouting and swinging, and Seb is going to pick up the kill on that. Ranchi going quickly to the Sombra there. Good or a counter swap into the ball, though Lizard Jesus swears by it that Sombra is not a good counter into her as people think. It's Seb taking some shots, and it's SIUC rolling into White Room pretty quickly here. Big slam by Lizard Jesus, picking 3 up, but UTK isn't really there to follow. They're having to deal with this Sombra in their backline. 97% to mines for Lizard Jesus, and it's an ult by Varel, not catching anything. Area denial by Lizard Jesus, does pick up 1. Beckjag with a pulse, picks up another, and he's on 2. Might find Varel in the back here. And he does with the help of SKL. It's a Queen ult picking 3 for Moo, and it's Ranchi trying to clean up these kills. He does find the kill onto Lizard Jesus, and it's a point flip for SIUC. UTK picking up 64% there. Good on them. While UTK comes back, ult economy for UTK is looking better than SIUC. SIUC gonna build this EMP while also getting the window from Baptiste of Leo Aquarius. Ranchi looking bridge is going to run into Beckjag, and Beck is going to almost fall off the map, forced to use the recall. Lizard Jesus is back. They're looking for an engage. They need to watch this bridge rotation, though. And it's Seb picking up first pick yet again. He does have the visor ready, and it's a window by Leo Aquarius. Seb visoring is going to find a bit of damage. And it's a hack by Ranchi. Does pick up the entirety of UTK. Legion throws out the rally, and it is going to keep them up a little bit. And they are trying to keep this point and fight alive. 97% for SIUC, and they're going to take this to overtime. Slinky in the ceiling needs to get focused down. And it is a flip for UTK. SIUC has at most 2 fights here, but they'll need to go fast. Close to the Queen ult and has the Pulse Bomb ready is Vayrel. Moo is gonna look for a big hit here. There is no cleanse for UTK to use, and it's Lizard Jesus booped off the map and slamming. Vayrel is lurking with the Pulse Bomb. Recall is forced. Beckjag recall also forced, and it's SIUC looking to flip this point. Lizard Jesus is back and on spawn. Queen ult does hit Legion and kills SKL. Meanwhile, it's Lizard Jesus, mine's on point. She is trying to keep this alive for them. Not going to get through the window, and it's a focus fire by SIUC as they clean up the rest of these kills. Beckjag trying to live and stall. Lizard Jesus knocks Vayrel into the mines. It's not over yet. SKL alive. Legion finds one. It's Moo living on point, but he's going to fall. Lizard Jesus takes him down. Legion takes down Ranchi, and UTK's gonna get the flip here. Leo Aquarius jumping, he might stagger himself. Beckjag gets the kill, they're down 1, and they're gonna have to fight this for point control. Slinky Stinky does have the beat available. He's going to need to touch with it, but he doesn't go in, and he doesn't pop the beat. Moo swaps onto the Wrecking Ball, but it's not going to be enough going against Lizard Jesus, and it's a focus fire on Moo as he falls as well. UTK just took that right out from under SIUC as they go up 1 round.
Score 0-1.
Okay. What a great first round there by both teams, going double 99. But with that, we got to take a deep breath as we head on to round 2 here of Lijiang, which is going to take place on Night Market. This is the other good ball map for UTK, but they are electing to go off of it, and instead it's going to be Lizard Jesus swapping onto the Reinhardt with Beckjag and Seb going double hit scan. SKL picking up the Baptiste. This is a very unorthodox comp by UTK. Lizard Jesus challenging the Queen is going to take a lot of damage. Shield falling low. And it's the Bastion turret forced by Beckjag, and that's going to put UTK onto point. But now they're going to have to try and hold back Illinois as they collapse onto them. A huge pin onto Moo by Lizard Jesus. And it's the entirety of UTK decimating SIUC. Lizard Jesus pretty much picked up 3 kills there. And it's quite a few swaps for SIUC. Diva back to Freya, and onto the Genji is Ranchi. They're fighting close here. They're looking for some kind of int, some cooldown forced. Moo taking a bit of damage, trying to walk past Lizard Jesus, and it's Vayrel falling first again. Seb is crazy, picking up that kill. Vayrel did trade Legion. I didn't catch that, but it's Beckjag picking up Ranchi. Stim by Seb, and he is going to gun down this Lucio, but he is kept up well. SKL does have the window available. It's almost 4 ultimates for UTK, make it 3 on the side of Illinois. Vayrel's looking for the flank. He might get a huge bullet shot here. Doesn't pick it up, but he does find SKL. Moo with a kill as well, and it's both support ults for SIUC. Team kill for SIUC, and it's UTK picking up 76% control there. Really good progress from them, but now it's SIUC's defense that they're going to have to break through. And between the Baptiste and the Lucio, that might prove difficult. UTK 5-stacking inside here. Let's have a look here. And it's Lizard Jesus very close to the Earth Shatter. Swinging away, and it's a beat by Legion. Great beat, and it is going to knock down Stinky Slinky thanks to the visor of Seb. Vayrell does find him back, though, and it's Beckjag picking up Ranchy. UTK getting the point flip in the middle of all that. Vayrell did find the bullet shot hit, but it's Lizard Jesus shattering, and it's UTK just holding the point down. 99%, they need a touch, and they're not going to get it. Diva Bomb doesn't get through the window, and it's UTK White taking round 1. Excuse me, game 1. Play of the game is going to go to Vayrell on this last bit that we saw here. Yeah, a big bullet shot there, hit multiple people, and did help kill Lizard Jesus in the end. Pretty exciting first round there. SIUC taking it to double 99 on the first round, but then falling short in the second thanks to UTK's defense on Night Market. With that, we're going to go into another intermission here as the second map is decided by SIUC. And then we're also going to get new band selections and wait for the teams to load in. Alright, y'all. Thanks for waiting that short moment as we load into our next map here, which is going to be Push on Colosseo. Not a map that we see very often. Generally, it's straight to Flashpoint for these UTK teams, as that is a favored game mode for them. So I'm looking forward to how this one's going to turn out. UTK picking up the first game win after that 2-0 run on Lijiang. Bans came through as first a ball ban on the side of SIUC. Not much to the fan of Lizard Jesus. They are. And for UTKY, it is going to be a Freya ban. Those are up at the top left and right corners of your screen at the name bars. And we are looking at a standard brawl here for SIUC and something a little similar for UTK. Seb on the Ashe is going to work well into this SIUC roster. Moo on Ramatra challenging Lizard Jesus. Point is not going to unlock for another 8 seconds, and it's Moo taking a bit of damage as Bekjag tries to wrap around. Vayrell picks up Bekjag with the grenade, and it's UTK going down 1 on this first fight. Form is punished onto UTK as barrier is lost by Lizard Jesus, forced to fall back around the corner. Gonna run back to the team, and it is a lot of ground given for SIUC as they quickly position onto the stairs. Ranchi back on cart pushing, along with Lee Aquarius and Stinky. Lizard Jesus challenging, and it's Bekjag making the quick swap onto the Genji. Vayrell low in the back. This might be UTK's opportunity to try and push here. Legion and Lizard Jesus trying to look for speed swinging onto somebody, but it's Moo and Lee Aquarius just walking past them. Moo falls pretty low. A good pin by Lizard Jesus, but it's not enough. SKL trying to get out, and he is going to elect to send himself off the map for a reset. Bekjag get another swap onto Sojourn. It is Seb and Lizard Jesus and SKL all within distance of their ultimates. Bob first by Seb. A freeze by Ranchi is going to find Lizard Jesus. And she's going to live thanks to the quick peel by Legion. And it's only one ultimate used for UTK, but opposite problem, it's a checkpoint hit by SIUC. Lizard Jesus falls thanks to the piercing punches of Moo. Stinky does have the sound barrier available. Probably going to use it as soon as SKL pops this rush. A lot of damage onto Vayrell, and Moo is going to be kept up, but not Vayrell. A form is forced, and it's Bekjag on the side looking for hits. Moo is out of form, and it's Stinky Slinky in the air, on fire, very low. And it is SIUC falling. Vayrell, the only person alive right now. 3 ultimates still for UTK. None used that fight. Great work in the neutral by them. But it's 2, almost 3 built, by SIUC. Checkpoint is taken away. And it's Lizard Jesus playing the corner for Shatter. Maywall comes out, and so does Ram Shield. This could be your opportunity to hit the Earth Shatter. Bekjag with the ultimate, and it's not going to be needed. Beat comes out by Slinky, but it's Vayrell picking up one, Seb picking up his own. Ranchi forced to use the ice block and is going to fall thanks to Lizard Jesus' hammer. The big play here is going to be Legion trying to speed around Lizard Jesus to be able to swing freely on this SIUC roster. Seb building another Bob. We're still yet to see an Earth Shatter by Lizard Jesus. Everybody has used their ultimate at least once. Seb has built another. Ultimate by Vayrel. He's going to look for a pick on somebody. A Suzu is forced, and it's an annihilation, picking up 2 kills by Moo. He might find another if he can find Legion. 45 HP, and he is going to fall. What a grenade by Vayrel! He just bounced that off the wall to get Legion, and it's Beckjag close here. He needs to try and get out. Oh my goodness, and he falls very low, stopped by the slide, and is not going to get out in time, putting himself down. Lizard Jesus did recently use the Earth Shatter. I didn't catch that. Too busy looking at the annihilation by Moo. Seb on the high ground here. He's looking for some headshots.
They took the robot. Let's fix that.
Robot on the corner here. This is a common fighting place. This could be a huge bomb if Seb decides to toss it on the corner there, but Beck does find a kill without them needing to use it. The entirety of SIUC is low health. It's only this Lucio seeming to be doing the healing, and it's Beck, Seb, and SKL picking up their kills and wiping SIUC. Lee Aquarius waiting for his team. See, Seb doesn't decide to peek for any longer. Seb still holding on to the Bob. Can look to use that this fight as they look to try and hit this checkpoint. Moo on height. They're trying to figure out where to go, and it's Moo dropping onto point. Ultimate by Beckjag. He is going to find Vayrel with that. Another hit onto the Baptiste, and it's free shots there. Unfortunately, Lizard Jesus falling. Beckjag did slide in there. He got a little bit greedy here, and he might... Ooh, a late beat there by Legion, keeping himself. And Beckjag still falls, but... And UTK didn't even hit the checkpoint. That was not good on their part. Beckjag still dying, even with Legion using the beat, and UTK not hitting the checkpoint. That's not what you want to see. Moo coming back. Vayrel close to the bot here. And let's see how UTK is going to fight this. Stacking on the left side. Lizard Jesus is trying to make a play with this shatter, and it's going to hit Lee Aquarius, who falls just outside of the immortality field. Moo falls, and it's Vayrel that looks like he's going to go next. Stinky is just going to escape around the edge of the map. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that this was possible. Some hardcore parkour by Stinky Slinky to escape the team kill. Beckjag shooting down main here, looking for some hits. Lee Aquarius walking up a lot there, looking for the window. And it's UTK just playing around it very well. Vayrel overextending, and he's going to fall. Moo might be looking for an annihilation here. Is forcing the slide out, and it's SKL falling to a headshot by Ranchi. Lizard Jesus next. Moo can look for the annihilation here to try and force UTK off. Seb on the corner. Beckjag forced to use the slide. Moo does pop the... I forget the form... Ramp form. I'm trying to use the game's exact terminology, but it's been so long that I'm a little rusty on some of it. Beckjag and Seb with ultimates, and it's Moo, Vayrel, and Ranchi with theirs. Stinky close to the beat. Economy bodes well for them, and Moo pops a huge annihilation! And it's a beat by Stinky to keep him up! Oh my goodness, it's a 3-man annihilation on the side of Moo. Stinky beating and speeding him. And it's a checkpoint hit for SIUC, and they're going to get even more progress. UTK needs to get them off of this. DPS ults have been built, and it's Vayrel just playing back. I think they're electing to give some space here for UTK. Legion has the beat ready, taxiing the bot. Vayrel with the bombardment is going to not find anything, and it's Bekjag picking up the kill as well. Ultimate by him is going to force the form by Moo, and it's an ult by Ranchi is going to find Beck, and he kills him before the beat goes out. Bob is out by Seb, and it's every ultimate in the book by UTK trying to keep this alive. SKL finds one. Vayrel kills Bob, and it's looking like it's SIUC picking up game 2. It is a touch by Lizard Jesus in desperation, just building the Earth Shatter, but isn't going to get it in time. And that is a game 2 win for SIUC. And I think that whole thing can be summed up by UTK, just that one lackluster fight when they had the bot close to their checkpoint, and they didn't get enough out of it. They didn't hit the checkpoint. Legion used the sound barrier on himself and Bekjag, but it didn't even keep up Bekjag, and SIUC just ran away with the bot from there. Well, in this best of 5, it's currently 1-1, which means at minimum we're going to be seeing a game 4. It is SIUC picking up game 2 of Colosseo. And with that, we're going to take another short intermission as the next map is decided by UTK, and the ban process goes through once again. All right, everybody. Thank you for waiting through that intermission once again. And we are looking at our Game 3 match between SIUC and UTK White is going to be played on Flashpoint at New Junk City. Flashpoint is definitely one of the more favored game modes for all UTK teams, and it is either between Suravasa or New Junk City that is their favorite. Almost never going Atlas.
Ready for battle.
Bans on both sides were a Sombra ban on the side of UTK. And it was a Rhine ban on the side of
5, 4,
SIUC.
3.
Bans are updated in the top left and right corners of your screen, and let's go ahead and get started with this Flashpoint game as UTK TPs out of spawn, Lizard Jesus quickly rolling into position. Big slam to engage there, and she's going to roll around. Ranchi finds himself very low, forced to use the cryo. Vayrell also finding himself low. And it's looking around here. They're looking from all angles as Vayrell is just going to fall thanks to the combined shots of Seb and Lizard Jesus. Seb at the backside of point. He's looking for shots down to try and give UTK this flip. He is forced out. A great May wall there by Ranchi. Denies Seb the entry. It's Ranchi chasing down Beckjag on this Tracer. He's not going to find much success with that. And it's Lizard Jesus slamming low HP. Somehow gets out of there. Never mind. Faded Circle picks up the kill. And it is SIUC finally getting point control as they look to set up and hold to hit 100%. How Flashpoint works here, for those of you who do not know, is there are 5 objectives on the map. This is going to play similar to Control, but instead of going to a different map after a point is capped, it's just going to go to a different King of the Hill objective. You'll see what I mean after this. Point is also going to tick by way faster, 60% already, and its Legion falling very low. Slinky using the beat to counter the mines of Lizard Jesus. Seb on high ground shooting down, is close to the visor. Lizard Jesus with a slam. It is Ranchi very low, no wall for him, and he's going to fall. Seb finds Vayrell, and they're going to try and get this. And it's Seb picking up the kill. Lizard Jesus picking up the slam and the shots onto Moo and Slinky. Point is flipped for UTK, but it's 99% for SIUC. 1 fight win, and it's over for this objective. Lizard Jesus setting up above them. Let's see if SIUC is going to walk through here, and Lizard Jesus is going to hit a fat slam. Looks like they're not going to. They're going to elect to walk down to point here. Does Lizard Jesus know this? Yes, she does. She's right there looking for the slam, and it's good combo between the pulse bomb and the visor. Seb looking for this May, knows he got her low. Annihilation on the side of Moo to try and close out this point. Ranchi getting a kill on SKL as the rush came through. And it looks like it's kind of trades on both sides. Beck and Lizard Jesus trying to dance around to hold this point. It is ticking up to 90%. Moo is going to find one. Trying to chase Lizard Jesus, not going to get the shot with the high noon. SKL is going to get the Kiriko diff onto Faded Circle, but Vayrell trades him out. Ranchi is back. Seb has 2. Seb got 3 that fight, and that is going to be a recap for UTK, and I don't think SIUC is going to have a point. What a great flip for UTK as they go up 1-0 in this Flashpoint game. Vendetta swap by Vayrel. Definitely going to watch that a little bit more. Vayrel is well, I mean, I don't know much about Vayrel as a player, but Vendetta is a really fun hero to watch. Falls very low and barely lives thanks to the care. And Moo did make a Roadhog swap, and he's looking for hooks to try and punish these UTK players. Vayrel falling pretty low is going to rotate to point. Ranchi finds the kill onto Legion as once again it's SIUC picking up point control. Bekjag challenging Vayrel. Vayrel falling a little low. Moo going for the hook. Doesn't find it. And it is UTK trying to push through this main point here. Lizard Jesus drawing attention, trying to give UTK a walk, and she's going to get hindered and takes a lot of damage, forced to use the adaptive shields, and Moo finds the hook and pick onto Legion. Another hook and pick onto Lizard Jesus, and it's Bekjag falling to Ranchi as well. 70% and ticking for SIUC. Vayrel quickly going off Vendetta and onto the Tracer, looking to challenge Bekjag, who actually swapped onto the Bastion. Seb does have the visor ready, but I don't know if UTK is going to get their touch. They're not. They're going to elect to try and get close to the next point. And it is going to be right next to them. Seb's going to try and set up for this visor. Moo has the whole hog available, along with 2 support ults and Ranchi's High Noon. This is going to be a big ult fight here, as SKL and Legion are also close to support ults, and Seb is going to fall first. No visor for him. Lizard Jesus going on to the Sigma. Oh my goodness, good High Noon by Ranchi is going to find multiple hits, and it's Lizard Jesus off the map thanks to Moo and his whole hog. Also killing Legion. Good play there by SIUC. Ranchi and Moo getting good value out of their ultimates. Seb falling too early for him to use the tactical visor. But now UTK is walking in with the ult economy advantage. Vayrel might build this pulse bomb this fight. Gets the first pick on Tracer, and it's UTK walking 5 as they look to try and collapse, and Seb finds the headshot on Ranchi for first pick. SKL with 1 of his own, and SIUC loses their DPS along with their Kiriko. Set up down main here as it's Vayrel trying to get the wrap, looking for the pulse bomb. And it's Ranchi picking up Legion. This could be a big pulse bomb here. Doesn't find the stick, and it's instead going to be Vayrel going to point and forcing Bekjag with the ultimate. Isn't going to find anything. And it's Moo picking up Beck. The Gravitic Flux is ready for Lizard Jesus, but she would be very foolish to use that here down the entire team. SIUC does get the flip back, and UTK is maybe going to get their fight, but SKL is told, no, 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 where are you going? Thanks to the totally balanced and skillful ability of Hog Hook. It's a rush down the stairs by Faded Circle. Lizard Jesus with the Gravitic Flux doesn't find anything. Ranchi on the high ground. Lot of overhealth for Lizard Jesus, and it's Moo falling very low, and it's Lizard Jesus picking up the kill. Lizard Jesus falls very low, and it's Ranchi and Stinky picking up kills here as SIUC goes up on the rounds. Just one away from a Game 3 win and going up 2-1 in this series. Walking to the next objective is SIUC, and this is going to be in the ducts. UTK walking 5. Bekjag using the Bastion form. I didn't even see. SKL did swap onto the Ana to try and counter this hog. Moo does fall very low, and Vayrel gets the stick onto SKL. Vayrel doing good work on this Tracer, picking up these off angles. UTK does get this flip and is getting their percentage up. And it's SKL quickly getting back onto the Kiriko. Not liking that Ana swap into the Tracer. TPs and gets out to the team. Lizard Jesus taking a bit of damage here. Low on the shield health. A Suzu is forced. And it's Bekjag popping the artillery. Nothing found there. Ranchi on high ground. Oh my goodness, he's got free reign up here, and he does find one on the Legion. And it's picks for everyone on SIUC as Lizard Jesus tries to keep the point up. 75% for them, and it is going to be another SIUC flip, and this could end up being the last round of Game 3. UTK is on the back pedal here. Vayrel is caught out trying to get that off angle, and it's Bekjag walking forward with shield. Ranchi does use the high noon, is not going to find the pick onto Lizard Jesus. Moo falling very low, caught out, and it's too much damage. Good rock by Lizard Jesus. Ranchi falling low as well. No pulse bomb hit for Vayrel. Legion dancing around point, challenging Vayrel on the low ground as UTK tries to get the point back, and they do. UTK on the high ground, but it's SIUC getting the point under them. UTK is going to drop last second, and it's a visor by Seb. He finds the Tracer with it. And it's UTK falling on SIUC with all of their body weight as they find pick after pick after pick. Bekjag with 2, and it's SKL and Legion, the 2 supports, picking up the other 2 supports. A double 99 on that point, and we are now going to the last one of this map in the refinery. Vayrel elects to go off the Tracer onto the Freya. Ranchi close to another high noon. Moo does have the Annihilation available to use this fight. Lot of damage onto Moo. It's Immortality and Beat Force, and Moo is stuck down in the hole as Vayrel picks up Bekjag. Good off angle here by Vayrel, falls very low, and Seb is going to pick up the kill onto him. Seb with another, and Ranchi finding 2 of his own. Regardless of that, it is SIUC picking up point control first, and it's UTK fighting to get this back and make this a 2-1 lead in the series. Moose still has the Annihilation, spots UTK going up here. This could be really good for him if he decides to walk with the speed of Stinky Slinky. Oh my goodness, this could be a huge Annihilation if he waits out the Bastion turret. Moose falls very low, and there's the Annihilation! And it's not enough. He goes in and gets his health melted. It was a good look, but not enough. Bekjag, another minigun cooldown forced out of him. is going to find kills along with Legion and SKL doing work. Beckdrag picks up the last onto Vayrell with the grenade. Down 2 key ultimates is SIUC, and I don't think they're going to be able to build these back in time. They're going to have to try and take this back between Vayrell and Faded Circle with the bullet shot and the Baptiste window, respectively. Meanwhile, for UTK, the economy could not look better. Beckdrag, Seb, SKL, and Legion all have their ultimates. Bullet shot is out, but it's Beckdrag and Lizard Jesus finding 2 kills. Legion make it 3. And it's Ranchi falling out as UTK only used 1 ultimate there and won that fight. Their economy is amazing right now, and this is looking really good for them to win this game. Ticking over 80% and now have the lead over SIUC. Seb falls very low. It does manage to get out. It's an ultimate by Seb and Beckdrag. A beat by Legion. And UTK has to win this fight, and they do. The entirety of SIUC falls over at once. Faded Circle's window is not enough. And UTK makes it a 2-1 lead in this series. Play of the game is going to go to Moo on the Roadhog, and this is going to be that double hit off the map onto Lizard Jesus and Legion. And getting that last bit of damage onto Beckdrag as well basically earns him a 3rd kill. With that in this series, we're sitting at UTK 2, SIUC 1. Next game, game 4, is going to be series point for UTK. Must win for SIUC if they want to keep this alive. We're going to go on another intermission here as map 4 is decided by SIUC and bans are selected. Don't go anywhere. It's 2-1 UTK. All right, you all. Thank you very much for your patience in waiting. According to the chat, Legion for UTK was waiting on his Brita. So can we get L Legion in chat, please? That's L Legion in chat. Anyways, we're moving on to game 4 here at Shambali Monastery. And when I saw this map pick, I legitimately was beside myself because I honestly can't remember the last time I've seen this played in the collegiate scene. It is going to be SIUC going onto their defense first. And we're looking at a few picks that I'm not used to seeing. We've got Faded Circle on the Alari and Stinky Slinky on the Lifeweaver. Ranchi on Sombra, Vayrell on Freya. And I don't know if they're expecting a ball pick here. But if they are, they're going to be sorely mistaken because it's Lizard Jesus showing Sigma. And Legion on the Alari as well.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the melee.
It's Seb electing to go on to the Sojourn. Bekjag picking up the Bastion, and it's a lot of shots down main for Vayrell. Point is moving forward as Lizard Jesus looks to try and walk this up. Eating some shots here of the Bastion turret form. Boo drops down to contest the car, and he's going to go into the entirety of UTK with his jet boosters. That was an absolute kamikaze move by Moo. A lot of guts had by him, but he's going to put SIUC down their tank as Vayrell tries to get out and looks for any kind of shots, maybe get a returning pick. Ranchi is behind here. Seb is a little schizophrenic. Rightfully so. Seb is checked, and he is going to fall to Vayrell. Not healed up quick enough. Ranchi looking for another dive here. Is going to just take some side shots onto UTK. Vayrell already close to the Bola shot. Faded Circle close to the Sunstrike. Need to watch out for a lot of things in this comp. Moo falling out of the mech, and it's Ranchi falling as well. Vayrell does have the Bola shot available. Can look for a combo with Faded Circle's Sunstrike. Ranchi going onto the Genji. And it's Vayrell falling very low. Not a missed shot there by Seb as SKL picks up Moo as well. Slinky dies. Faded Circle gets out. And it's Seb doing work right now. 5 for SKL. And it's 3 for Seb. Legion 85% to the Sunstrike. SKL has the rush available. They're going to look to try and get this over. It's Vayrell above SKL, who is forced to use the TP. Lot of damage onto UTK. Definitely looking for the Bola shot around here. Bekjag uses the artillery. Doesn't find anything with that. And it's a swing with minigun as Slinky. It does fall a little low. Deflect by Ranchi, and it's a tree and a Bola shot! Huge Bola shot by Vayrell, and it's Faded Circle unleashing the Sunstrike next. That was 3 ultimates there by SIUC. None except Bekjag, if you count that, but he's already back at 35%. This could be a good fight here for UTK to capitalize on, as they have the Flux and both support ults.
Hello. Why, thank you.
Legion poking, and it's Lizard Jesus walking. It's Legion with the Sunstrike. He's looking for anything, and it's a big hit! Slinky falls! Holy headshot onto Vayrell, and it's another detonation in the background. I believe that was onto Moo, and they're going to be forced to back out here as Bekjag is not giving them much of an opportunity to touch as UTK gets the second checkpoint. Suzu forced, and it's UTK just trying to get this card around the corner here. Moo taking all the cooldowns, and he's going to walk and get rid of the Illari pylon, and it's a rush out into them as Ranchi blades into UTK. He finds one. He might find another. Nope, SKL is going to get out. And he does get the pick onto Lizard Jesus, who got a little too far up there.
They're hungry for a fight. Let's give them one.
Vayrell lurking with the Bola shot, and it's Moo with the Terra Surge. We could see another combo with that. It's Bekjag looking for the artillery. Doesn't find anything with it. And it's Seb looking for... Oh my goodness. And it was a combo there by Moo and Vayrell, like I said. Did find Seb, but Lizard Jesus traded out Ranchi, and the card is moving forward. Tree is put out by Stinky Slinky to keep up Moo as Bekjag goes into the turret farm. It's a flux on the side of UTK. Lizard Jesus finds Faded Circle. Trying to get this Genji is UTK, finally getting him. Seb getting the hit onto him. Ranchi did get his one. Good grip onto Moo, but Moo might fall regardless. And it's good shots by Beck and Seb. Two sunrises are tossed out, as neither of them are in time to actually matter. And it's UTK capping with just under 2 minutes time remaining.
Initiating match.
A really good push by them. This last bit of Shambali is notorious for people getting stuck in the last segment. Now we are going to switch sides, and UTK is going to be on the defense now as SIUC switches onto the offense.
Ready for battle.
We're going to look to see how SIUC tries to come back from this. They are down quite a bit in terms of time. 2 minutes. If this goes into extra rounds, 2 minutes is a lot. And that will very much matter if they do get to the end here with less than them. Seb sticking on to Ashe all the same. It is actually the exact same comp for UTK. Ranchi, the only person to have swapped so far, onto the Vendetta.
5, 4,
We might see a Czar pick by Moo. No, it's Moo matching the Sigma.
escort the payload.
Let the conquest begin.
Vayrell looking for the side flank here onto UTK, and there's no one checking for this. Illari Pylon is going to go down, and it's Ranchi and Vayrell close here as they're going to look for their int. It's all of UTK stuffed into the inside here. SKL forced to TP out. Ranchi is looking for the onslaught stacks. Is going to get a lot with that projectile. He needs to try and get an int here, but it might be tough going into this comp. He takes an enormous amount of damage, and it's Faded Circle falling to Bekjag. And it's just poke versus poke here. As Lizard Jesus and Moo trade out orbs on the Sigmas. Bekjag swinging. Moo gets quite a bit of overhealth there. But it is SIUC having to walk back. Slinky pulls him back, tells him, you're getting a little too ambitious here. A good little push there halfway to the first checkpoint by SIUC. But now they're going to have to try and break through this doorway. Bekjag is forced onto the turret. Ultimate by him, and Veyrel goes too high, and Seb double headshots him out of the air. It's Ranchi with max onslaught here, and he is tearing through UTK. Moo has 3. Ranchi picks up the overhead slice, and it's Seb somehow finding 1 despite everything, and it's a Q accidentally pressed by Lizard Jesus, and they go down the gravitic flux. Not what you want to see. 2 fat of fingers by Lizard Jesus. And it's a Bola shot, and UTK doesn't get the first checkpoint as Lizard Jesus touches. Too little, too late. Faded Circle tosses out the ultimate, is going to fall, does find some picks of his own. And it's Moo living, and UTK resetting. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go for them in the game.
The barrier's weakened.
Ranchi has the Sundering Blade available. Right now he's just playing the corner, looking for the onslaught stacks and the int. He is going to go for the hit, but UTK is just going to kite around the corner and ignore it completely. Challenging a lot here. Ranchi's at 2 HP and he's going to fall. Veyrel is behind them. He's going to look for these picks on the Seb. Misses both the shots. And Seb is going to fall very low along with Ranchi, but it's Seb getting the 1v1 win. Veyrel tried to do too much there. If he had just stuck one of those bullets, he might have gotten the win and cleared the high ground for SIUC. Ranchi on Genji checks Seb along with Legion on the Alari, who does hold the Sunstrike. Ranchi looking top here. He's looking for the dive onto UTK. They are stacked 5 in the middle here. It's a gravitic flux for Moo. It's going to pick up 2, and he is going to find Lizard Jesus along with Bekjag. The Bob comes out by Seb to try and keep this alive. And it is going to sit on cart as they just play around it. Dynamite over the shield and activated by Seb, electing for that perk. Legion puts out a Sunstrike, doesn't seem to hit anything substantial. Excellent aim onto Veyrel as he boosts into the air, but he stays in too long and falls to Faded Circle. Lizard Jesus with the flux of his own. Moo does not get the cancel. And it is SIUC falling back once again. They are now going down under a minute. They are right next to this checkpoint. Faded Circle and Ranchi with the ultimates ready to go. Meanwhile, it's nothing for UTK. All signs point to SIUC getting this objective. Ranchi is definitely looking for the blade here. Checks at the window. I'm surprised he didn't go for it there, honestly. Bastion turret is forced. There's the blade. He is going to slash onto Seb, and he's going to find the kill. Oh, and he isn't going to get Legion in time, but it is Fated Circle with his own ultimate, and that secures the point. And now they're on to the final one. 1:40 left. They're already down below time
All right.
if they go into extra rounds.
Positioning healing pylon.
Vayrell picks up Legion out of nowhere. Not sure how that happened. Good shots by him, I suppose. And it's an ultimate by Bekjag. Let's see what he does with this. And it's no kills for the artillery. Oh my goodness, good Gravitic Flux. Suzu comes in just in time. Moo falls very low, trying to get kept up. And it's a lot happening everywhere. A bullet shot onto Lizard Jesus, doesn't find it. And it's both DPS falling immediately as Seb and Legion pick up those kills. And it's gonna be below 30 seconds here, and this is looking like it might be the last fight for SIUC. They need to win this, and then they need to get this final checkpoint in order to keep this series alive. It's a lot of damage onto Bekjag, and he falls! Legion in the sky! Gets the detonation onto Moo. Bob is tossed. And it's UTK only close to the Gravitic Flux to try and keep back SIUC. But SIUC needs to walk forward to trigger overtime. And they are going to get it. Moo is there. And he cannot get off this point. Lizard Jesus with the Gravitic Flux is going to find a lot of damage. Faded falls along with Slinky. And it looks like it's UTK taking their first win of the regular season. What an excellent series between these two teams. Play of the game going to Lizard Jesus. And as we update the score, it is UTK going up in their season of NECC 1-0, SIUC falling 0-1. Play of the game was that final fight there. Good games to SIUC. If we can get GGs in chat for them, that would be lovely. That is going to conclude the game for tonight. UTK picking up the 3-1 win, but don't go anywhere. I did talk with the members of UTK White, and we might get one in for a post-game interview, who I am going to try and get right now.
Hello.
Hello. Yo.
Hello, UTK White. Okay, I guess we
Hello.
can make this a group interview since you're all here.
Oh, group interview.
So, yeah, I just got a few questions for you guys as we finish off this Twitch stream. So, first question, how are we feeling? This was your first win of the regular season. How does it feel to be 1-0 so far?
Feels great. Feels great.
Yeah, to be honest, it feels really good.
Feels awesome. It's a great start.
I know, right?
3-0, but 3-1's not bad.
Sometimes you gotta give it to him, you know. Make it a little
False
close.
hope right there. False hope.
Yeah, that was a
the
really good
viewers.
series, especially the first two games. You guys ended up going 1-1 there, had a lot of people on the edge of their seats after you guys gave them game 2. What was going through your heads through the Colosseo game? Because it looked like there were a
fuck,
few
I hate Ramatra. Fuck, I hate Ramatra.
Whoa,
Fuck, I hate...
whoa, no. No cursing. No cursing.
Okay, we have
I didn't know we were on.
whatever it's called. We walked out and they were kind of on like the worst comp possible for what we were on, and so we tried to like think about how we wanted to fix it, and it just took us a little bit too long to get there. We kind of had it, but then we just had like a few bad like ult fights, and so we lost. But you know, we take that experience in the next game.
Okay. Okay. Can I okay, can I actually just get Legion or Seb, one of you guys? Just honestly one of you guys. Yeah. Just come up to OW Team 1 because I don't want like a bunch of people joining and then cursing on stream. All right. Okay, we're just here with Seb now. Specifically for you, Seb, I mean, your gameplay looked really good throughout the entire series, especially when you were on Soldier. I believe they did ban you out one map. What was going through your head when you guys were starting to come back there in the middle of Game 3? Game 3 was where you guys really started to hit your stride and you were beating down on them.
Yeah, so game 3, I think what we were kind of doing wrong in the beginning was we were just giving them way too much space to work with. And pretty much on those last couple points, because, you know, we ended up going down 1-2, so we had to win the next 2. On those last 2 points, we really just tried to capitalize on just, like, stuffing them before they could even, like, push out. Because we were just giving them so much space to the point where, like, we were playing into them. So then once we started making them, like, play into us, like, we pretty much gave up a full point because we just needed the positioning. And then once we got that positioning, we just pretty much just, you know, played our own game, made them come into us, and then we were able to just win those last 2 points pretty easily, honestly.
Well said. Just a couple more questions. We saw some interesting map picks by SIUC with them picking Colosseo and Shambali. Those are 2 that we don't see very often on stream. Did you think that they were maybe trying to rattle you with maybe maps that you guys haven't played yet, or were those maps that you guys were very used to scrimming?
Yeah, so thankfully we actually played a team that also picked similar maps like that during scrim. So we actually had, you know, pretty good practice. And I think we were just really comfortable playing those maps. I mean, we discussed, you know, what comps we wanted to run beforehand. Like we already had a game plan. And then I think being able to ban like Ramatra on that last map really just like kind of solidified it for us, because they didn't really have a comfortable like tank pick on that last map without Ramatra. So yeah, for sure, scrimming those maps helped, but yeah, we were just really comfortable.
All right, and last question: with the win tonight, do you expect any big changes for you guys to start doing? Perhaps same or a different scrim schedule, or are you guys going to try out some different comps? It looked like we were mostly going for a lot of brawl and poke from what it looked like today. Are you guys perhaps looking at a dive?
Yeah, the only thing is that my more comfortable like characters are like the hit scans, you know, that's what I tried out for. So so it's not very like not my strong suit, you know, so we haven't really scrimmed too much dive. And but poke we have been playing a lot of, you know, we played that Sigma Ash Bastion on that last map, and that, you know, really worked out for us. Same thing with like Flashpoint, you know, we were playing the Bastion. So, you know, we were getting really comfortable on poke, but if it comes to it, you know, we can definitely scrim some more comps, you know, when we need to. And, you know, it's the start of the season, so everything's early.
Yep. Regardless of that, though, that was a great first win. And I think everybody that watched the stream would be in agreement that this was a really good series to watch for your first of the season. And we hope to see more from you guys going into the future here. I believe you have 6 more games to go in the regular season, so hhopefully you guys can go 7-0 and move on to the tournament with no problems there. But with that,
for sure, looking forward to a great season.
Yep. with that, thank you very much for your time. I hope you guys celebrate. That was a really good and well-deserved win in the end. Congratulations to UTK White, and thank you again to Seb. You can go ahead and say bye to everybody.
All right, yeah, bye guys. Thank you for the interview.
Of course. With that, we are going to go ahead and cut off tonight's stream as UTK goes up 1-0 in the regular season, knocking out SIUC 3-1. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight on this Friday, and we hope you all have a very nice and safe weekend. Stay warm. It is still kind of chilly outside. And with that, good night.